Wisdom, knowledge, power, understanding, reasoning. To carry or to convey one state of mind to another for them to correlate or understand what one is saying, speaking, conversing, understanding. Interesting in its complexity. I look at it like, okay, the first thing you would do, being born or learn, on Earth or whatever, you would understand what everybody else understands. What do they know? You reason with that, and then you reason the wisdom of it all, and saying how much, or how effective, or how uh, efficient is one's train of thought, and then you judge it for its relevance. Once you find out that the average person has no knowledge, no understanding, but only are driven by their perception of understanding, then you reconsider what everyone has ever told you, because they only can speak on what they perceive. So if their perception is faulted, or they're completely deceived, their understanding is limited. Bow, hence the term why you should never listen to any man. Cursed is the man that trusts in man. Let's say you can listen, but don't trust in no man. Always say to yourself, how long they been here? But even though age is irrelevant, but you can take it into consideration. Like, okay, they've been here for umpteen years, and they have the same perception as they always had. So, do they know all things? Absolutely not. Do I? Hell no, absolutely not. But I question the part of your mind that says, let me question the one that's dictating, or I question everybody's perspective as I'm supposed to. What's the origin? Why they said it? And why? And the knowledge thereof. You feel me? So we gotta dig deep. You know what I mean? In this experience we call life. Because if you listen to somebody's practical outlook on life, and you choose to view it the way they do, you're talking about a lame reality of life. You didn't even experience the things in your own comprehension of your own mind to dwell in the thought process of a different type of excitement, because you never even played with that part of of your mind. Think about it. You know what I mean? So, for example, listening to bitches, completely retarded, stupid, vain. Why? Because their practicality of how they view things, they're so uh, uniform of their outlook. Rarely you'll meet a woman that thinks outside of the box. Their box being the realm of what they see, touch, feel, taste. No types of depth or spiritual understanding of anything. Just how do I look? Vain. Is these pants tight and dumbass shit. So the objective is never listen to a bitch, ever. Why I say bitch, a shameless woman shall be accounted as a dog. Ultimately speaking, ultimately speaking, a woman is a servant. So why would the fuck I listen to a servant? So, and who gives a fuck about the offended? We're talking about intellect and understanding and your one chance of living, and why you shouldn't listen to them. That's in one aspect. Now, unlearned nigga that's under that vibration or that understanding of I should cater to that normal, or what do you call it, relative, not relative, but that common, I should do this, or I should be a, fucking propaganda, the bullshit, what they teach you how you supposed to think, is all bullshit. Throw that out the window. They're servants. So that's how I'm going to treat a servant. You know what I mean? Now, that's one aspect. So a man has to think deeply on the spiritual consciousness, not chasing cheese and vanity and bullshit that you can't take with you. This is a spiritual understanding. You got to look at the depth of creation and more, and so you can figure out the creator, your creator. So it's deeper than you think. It's not it, it's it's simple but deep. It's a complexity in itself. So, but that determines on your train of thought, what your perspective is at the time. So you up there stressing out over dumbass shit whole time. Who taught you that perception? You feel me? So you governed your whole life off a perception that was inaccurate, or or ineffective, or irrelevant, or waste, just a waste of time. So we must travel in our own minds to find out what's the purpose of itself. You know what I mean? Like the complexity of it all. What's the purpose of this? So and no harlot gonna tell you that shit unless what I mean. She pointing you in the direction of she telling you she a servant. Outside of that, we ain't supposed to listen to them. So the vibration of the world today is under the vibration of listening and catering to a hoe. And you know how stupid that sounds? You understand? The idea of sex is marriage. It makes sense. A woman ain't supposed to be fucking me and 10,000 other niggas and you claiming that bitch. You sound that reality is stupid. You know what I mean? So it's out of control. Abortions and all types of bullshit that's taking place. This reality is designed for our learning, but obviously there's some type of strategically, I'll say, enemy, uh, or if you look at it even deeper than that, the Most High. Like there's something at large that's dictating this reality accordingly for the norm to be stupidity. The norm is stupidity. So one must step out of the normal perspective. You understand? So I mean, it's deep in itself, but that's why I seek the Most High to get my Creator. It makes logical sense because look at everybody. Look what they get into. Look how primitive our species is. There's all types of species in this world, governed in order, and they're all more intellectual than us. We are the most primitive in the earth, but yet we're the children of the Most High, which makes it unique in itself. You understand? But we ain't supposed to be like we're supposed to grasp the concept of spiritual origin, not live my life, get cheese, fuck bitches, and die. That's dumb shit. That's such a primitive way of thinking. We got to step out of our controllers. Who the fuck is controlling the way we think? Mind control. You know what I mean? So now we can know that we have a nemesis. We have somebody that's for us and against us. You know what I mean? How deep can I get? Who knows? Let me see what this shit do. One.